What's going on, guys? So today's episode is one you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for. It's going to be the first first episode in the series called This or That. So essentially, what it's going to be is you guys are going to go through my Amazon wish list, pick some items off that list. I'm going to review them, and I'm going to give one of those items away to you guys. So essentially, what it is we have a $100 budget, and we're going to spend my money together. You guys get to pick what I spend my money on. I'll review those items, and then like I said, I'll be giving one of those things away. So this is going to be based off of a budget knives. So, because the thought is, I got the two steel wool mini intrigues, budget knives, and I was going to give one of them away. I was not happy with them, so I sent them back. I got the refund back, and it's roughly 80 some dollars. So we're going to round up to 100. We have a $100 budget together. So we have these budget knives that we're going to go through. We're going to look at what they are, the value, the steels, pretty much cover the basics with them. And then you guys pick off of that list. And then once we have a list, we'll tally up the totals. And, if we get the two most expensive knives and we have an empty spot, we'll maybe fill that with the cheapest knife. Or maybe we'll get four cheap knives, or one expensive, one medium, one cheap, so on and so forth. So you guys kind of get the concept. You spend my money, I review the products that you guys want to see, and then I'll be giving one of those away. I'm still working on the rules and the format of how that's going to work, but essentially what's going to happen today is you guys are going to go through my Amazon wish list with me. We're about to get started, so strap in and let's look at some knives, guys.
Alright guys, so welcome to my first episode of This or That. We are on my Amazon wish list. I used Amazon because I could get a bigger variety of knives that I was interested in. I had a list of about 30 knives. I got it down to 10. I had a couple rules. I had to be a 4-star or higher review. No 8CR13 MOV, no clones, and just had to have some sort of appeal to me. I read a lot of reviews. Tried to watch as many videos as possible to get some information on these knives. Some of these knives have a lot of information, some of them don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put a poll up under $30 knives and over $30 knives, and you guys can vote, and then we'll kind of break that up. And then whichever knives win are the knives that we'll be reviewing. Like I said, I'm kind of ironing out the details, but I think it's a pretty solid way to go off the voting. So I know there's going to be some knives on here that you guys are going to be surprised by probably, and then some stuff that's not going to be on here that you guys are going to be like, hey, that should be on there. But I've got $100 to spend of somebody else's money, so let's take a look. First up is the Firebird G7 542. So this knife stood out to me, because I think it's pretty. It's not a clone. You're getting 440C, carbon fiber laminate, 1945. I think it's an all-around attractive knife. Gonzo does do clones, but this one seems to be an original model to them. Let's take a closer look. You're getting an access lock. I mean, this knife has 5-star, guys. So if you're going to go off of stars, materials, and price, I mean, this one was a clear winner for my list that I put together. So I actually would be interested in, if this doesn't win the list, maybe in the future getting one. But like I said, you guys are going to be able to possibly win one of these knives, so keep that in mind as we move forward. All right, first knife right there. Next up is the Boker Dozer. Now this is it's been around for a while. It's been reviewed a few times. I know Gideon's Tactical a while back, maybe a year or two ago, or maybe even 3, put out a video, saying this was one of the best budget knives you can get for under 20 bucks, and that's right where it's at. It's at about 20 bucks. And even looking at this, I kind of see a little bit of maybe some inspiration for the bug out, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if they did this blue before, but anyway, so you're getting an AUS 8 steel. You're getting a 3-inch blade, which, if I didn't mention, I think the Gonzo is about a 3-inch blade, 3.14. All right, back to the K-bar. So you're getting a 3-inch blade. I think it's FRN handles. It's a lockback. Thumb stud deployment. Let's take a look back. 4-star review. Price is at $19.64, and we got a coupon for 39 cents. So that's our second knife on the list. Let's go to our third knife, and this is one that a lot of you guys probably never heard of. I was not really aware of it until I started making my list, and this one, as I was going through and knocking stuff off, this one kind of stuck around. So this is one that just kind of appealed to me. So this is the FInGrow EF33. There's not a lot of information out on these knives. Some of their knives that I was able to find videos on, they were pretty well received as far as build quality. So we said no 8CR13 MOV. This one is actually 9CR18 MOV, so technically qualifies. Let's take a look at some of the things. You're getting ball bearing clipper. You're getting G10 handle scales. I think the blue and the black looks pretty nice. Your blade length on this guy comes in at, I think it's 3.5 inches, and your weight's 150 grams. And once again, I don't think I mentioned the weights on the other ones. So I know the Gonzo was 4.3, and I can't remember what the Dozer was. So, but like I said, and they offer 3 colors on this one. You get black, this really bright, I don't know what color you would call that. Is that green? Is that yellow? I don't know. They call it light. But I like this one. But if you guys have a different preference on color, just let me know. So yeah, FInGrow EF33, $19.99. I just think it's a good looking knife. And I'd just be interested in seeing how it would hold up to some of the others in the category. Alright, excuse me while I take a sip of coffee in true nasty renegade fashion, so bear with me for 1 second, guys. Alright, next up on our list is the Coast. Now, this one's been out for a while, and there's actually a few videos out on it. 4-star rating, 22.92. What you're getting is, once again, 9CR18 MOV, G10 handle scale. This has been regarded from the videos that I saw in the reviews as just a heavy-duty, hard-use knife. And I mean, if you look at it, that's a pretty thickly built knife. I have 5.1 ounces as the weight. It's got a deep carry pocket clip, which is reversible, so you can tip up or tip down. Not lefties or righties, it's just right hand. But price on this one comes in at $22.92. Something that, and you get a lifetime warranty. Something that I hadn't seen too much on, but thought you guys might be interested. It kind of stuck out to me a little bit. 4-star rating. Let's go to the next one. So the next one is also going to be something you guys might not be too familiar with. There's not a lot of information out on Epping Gross. It's a Chinese knife company, but I think this one could be the dark horse of this or that episode that we're doing. So I mean, it kind of checks all the boxes. Excuse me while I flip my notes that I have here. Sorry about all that noise, but so this one's got D2 blade, G10 handle, ball bearing clipper, and an access lock, guys. I mean, that checks all the boxes of a above $50 knife for me. And this one comes in at, what are they asking? $24.99. And this one comes in orange, light, or black. So if you guys see a different color that you like, let me know. But if this has the same quality that some of the other ones have that on the videos that I've seen, this thing could really change a few opinions, I think. And actually, I want to point out something right here. Look at that design feature where they milled out the handle right up there by the pivot and the access lock. If you think about you're holding that in your hand and you go to do the pinch on the access lock, you know, you pinch down on it and you swing the blade open or closed. I think that was a really smart design because that's kind of like lets you do that pinch grip without just encumbering your hand. So it was well thought out, in my opinion. So it's got 4 stars, 3 colors, $24.99. I'd be really interested in checking this one out if you guys would let me. So if you want to check out a newer brand that there's not a lot of stuff going on, maybe we can discover a diamond in the rough together, guys. So let's go back to the next knife. Our next knife, here we go. Buck Knives, America, made in the USA. So this is the Spitfire Orange. Let's pull it up real quick. So 3062, 4.5 stars. You're getting a 420HC, Buck's 420HC, which we all know is pretty good. Comes in at a 3.25 inch blade, aluminum scales. Let's see. What's actually interesting is they make an S30V with black micarta on this knife, and I thought that was pretty attractive, but it didn't really fit what we were looking for. So they offer 3 different colors, and each one seems to have a different color backspacer. The green has an orange backspacer, which is pretty cool. The gray has a green backspacer, and the orange has the gray. So let's take a look. So this one is actually, I think that's a pretty attractive setup. Now, I did read some bad reviews on it, but overall it's got 4.5. I guess there were some QC issues on this quality control, which I experienced with my Buckvantage Pro, one of the worst knives out of the box that I'd ever bought. But this one seems to check out. The reviews are pretty positive across the board on it. You're getting an American-made knife. Excuse me while I opt out of this pop-up ad. Sorry, guys. This is not paid advertisement for my video. It's just pop-ups. Anyway, so yeah, made in the USA brings a knife company we all know to the table. So we've got Buck, we've got Gonzo, we've got Epping Gross. Let's see what else we have. Coast, so a couple of no-namers. There might be 1 or 2 more, but there's also going to be some names that you guys know. Cold Steel, here we go. Working Man and OD Green, 3256. So this is the second knife that was collaborated with Stone Cold Steve Austin. You're getting your 4116, which some people are down on, but I would advise to just keep an open mind. Cedric and Ada had pretty good results with it, and then I know Prepared Mind 101 actually reviewed this knife, and he was really doubtful of it, but he actually put it through some stuff and was impressed with it. So I think Cold Steel's kind of dialed in their 4116. Not a lot of pictures on this one, but the 4-star reviews. It is a newer knife that Cold Steel is offering, just as like a work utility knife. Triad lock, FRN handles, comes in at 3.1 ounces, and you're getting a, let's see, I believe this one is a 3.5-inch blade. So there's a Cold Steel, so we got a Cold Steel on there as well, which I would always be interested in checking out a Cold Steel. Next up on the list is an Enigma, and I'll kind of explain why. So this one kind of popped up on Blade HQ a while ago, and then Knives Plus, and this company ABKT offers quite a few blades, and so this one kind of stuck out to me as the Ontario Carter has this, this kind of long skinny handle with just this short kind of wide blade. I really liked it, but that one wasn't very well received. Some of the reviewers that I trust didn't receive it very well, and this one kind of was like, this almost looks like a tactical version of that. So what you're getting with this one is you're getting D2 steel, ball bearing flipper, aluminum handle scales. The blade on this one, I believe, is a 3.125-inch blade. Now, the reason I call it an Enigma is because it came out like across the board at all these websites, and I was like, man, I'm on the fence on this one. It looks good. And then it sold out like everywhere. It was in my cart. I was getting ready to do this video. It was gone for like 3 or 4 days while I was waiting for my refund for Blade HQ. And then it just popped up back up, and there's not a lot in stock. These are hard to find, and I don't know why. There's no reviews on them. There's one video in a completely different language, some sort of Serbo-Croatian language. And it's not even a review, it's an overview. So I tried to watch that to see what I could determine. It seems to flip good. But yeah, so this one kind of is an Enigma. I'd be really interested in checking it out, and if you guys want me to, I will. And then, like I said, it could be one of those diamond in the roughs. It's a newer company, I believe. I've never heard of them. So this is one, it stuck on my list as I was knocking things off. And now, here's a knife that doesn't need an introduction. The Ontario Rat 2 in D2. Now, this one is in OD Green. Like I said, they have quite a few varieties. 3953. If you guys are interested in all the reviews and stats that are out there, I mean, go ahead. It's got a 5-star review. D2 blade, 3 inches, G10 handle. I mean, this is like the knife of knives. Like mid-range budget knives. So if you guys want me to review it, I will. I have a feeling people will vote for this simply so that they could win it. But, I mean, it's on my list. It had to be on my list. After the whole steel wheel thing, someone brought up, hey, for the same price you can get this, and it was a no-brainer. So, Ontario Rat 2, liner lock, OD Green, a couple different varieties. I really like the carbon fiber, but that's pushing over 50, so we're going to leave this one on our list.
To round things off, we have the Rake. It's a newer Rake. It's the 841. This one kind of was a last minute addition to my list. And the reason why is because I like rake knives. Across the board, I've had pretty good experience with mine until I got a newer one, which I guess there was some issues with. If you ask Cedric and Ada, here's another ad, guys. Ignore this. Let's go back. So if you ask Cedric and Ada, he would say that, there were some good ones, but word was getting back that there were some bad ones. Well, it sounds like they dialed it back in. This knife was reviewed by JT Knife Life. He was pretty happy with it. I watched his review. It's got 5 stars. I tried to find as much information and everything across the board. Jesus. Sorry, guys. Everything across the board on this knife it's great. And looking at it, you're getting, your Sandvik 14C28N. You're getting it's a little over 3.5 inch blade. It's beautiful to look at, I think. It's a big, beefy knife. It might be too big for some, but I would definitely be interested in checking it out. This one might be a vanity pick for me. I picked it because I kind of want it, or I kind of want to review it. But I wouldn't mind you guys winning it either if it is the knife that gets won. So this is our last knife on the list, $39.96. So I'm going to let you guys choose what you want me to review. Add to the list of things that you guys can win. We have a Gonzo, we have a K-bar, this Epping Gross, Coast, another Epping Gross, a buck knife, a cold steel knife, the Enigma knife, and then the Ontario and the I can't get it right, the Rake knife. So there you are, guys. Hopefully those polls popped up so you guys can vote. Get those in. This will probably be open for a week. I want to try and get this stuff ordered so we can get going on the reviews and the giveaways. So if that changes, if I shorten it or if I extend that, I will let you know. I'll pop something up right about here. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's get to work.